It's the Don't Make It Weird podcast with your hosts, Daniel and Dina Saurus.
Where's Daniel?
Daniel.
What the hell is going on?
Is he not in the studio? Is he not in the waiting room?
I don't know.
What do you want to do? I mean, we're like 15 minutes past time.
I mean, the show must go on, so I think we should just power forward without him.
I think that's fair. And, I think that we could also, since, he's not here, and I was going to have him do the apology, but I also think that it could be good that he's not here because I can just apologize on behalf of Don't Make It Weird. Because we were going to have Daniel after this episode. I'm sorry. Sorry.
She's sorry.
Sorry. I was going to have Daniel go ahead and apologize for his actions towards the community that he offended. And we were going to take time after this to have him step back anyway, just until he can actually get involved within that community and learn. Yeah. I think that that's really important that he actually immerse himself and get real world experiences within that community that he offended. Because Don't Make It Weird doesn't stand for that. And
correct.
As a brand, we're not going to allow that to happen. So, but,
well said. Couldn't have said it better myself.
Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and move on from that. And I wanted to let y'all know that I am joined by our radiant, ravishing, reliable relish himself, Rance Dressing.
Hey! So they keep me in a box, so when Daniel doesn't show up, they just open the box and yank me out and buddy, get out there.
It's like that guys. Spider box that I broke at ShokoCon.
The thing that's popping out.
You weren't supposed to tell anyone that.
You can say
I broke it. Sorry, guys.
Sure, it was $1.73.
That's right. Bob won't watch this.
Send me a bill. Yeah, don't worry about it.
Hi, friends. Thanks for inviting me.
Hi, yeah.
Thank you for joining us in Daniel's absence.
You know what? Yeah. One white guy can replace another. It's cool.
Yeah, we're interchangeable.
Yeah,
we're all the same. We laugh at the worst time.
It's like the cup game where you just shuffle them around and who's under here?
So who did Daniel offend?
We don't
talk about that. To address it.
Yeah, we're not gonna.
I understand now. Mm-hmm. I understand.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Hey, Daniel, you son of a bitch.
I know. We've been trying to keep quiet for so many months because of what you did, but at some point we do need to face the music,
Yeah. I'm really sorry for you guys. I feel like the weight is really on your shoulders here.
It sucks that he was so irresponsible with his privilege and his power,
Mm-hmm.
Data,
the heavy weight is upon us on the daily.
Better. Yeah.
Are we doing this thing?
Yeah, before we get started, let me just remind the audience of our drinking games. We have a series of buzzwords. If you hear a buzzer like this, that means someone said one of those things and it's time to drink. Also, we're all members of Buffalo Club here. That means we drink with our offhand. We are all right-handed, which means we drink with our left hand. If we're caught drinking with our right hand, we must finish our drink. And if you play along at home, do so responsibly.
Please. What are you drinking, Sean?
I am drinking Long Island iced tea.
Same.
Oh my God, twinsies.
Okay, wait, but what is in your Long Island iced teas?
Gin, vodka, tequila, rum.
Do you intend to be alive tomorrow?
It's just a little bit of each.
I doubled the recipe and I didn't have gin, so I used extra tequila.
Oh, nice.
Oh, I can't.
So gin, vodka, tequila.
Oh, I'm gonna be so sick that I literally called that at work already.
Lemon
can't
juice
do tequila
and Coca-Cola. Not a sponsor.
A little splash of Coca-Cola to give it some normality.
Yeah, just a little bit of brown.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait. Oh, go ahead. What are you drinking?
I'm drinking a Speed Wobbles. People have always talked about Speed Wobbles before, and it's just got this picture of this nice little kid on a skateboard wobbling.
Is that a Maryland brew?
It's key. No, I don't know. It's
oh my God.
Jesus. Tina. Oh, so that's the group he offended.
Yeah, they're minor attracted.
Yeah. So it's just an IPA. That's what I got to get down with tonight. But Jesus,
I didn't know that there was
and the fur baby
just showing up.
Just like a fucking boner.
God,
just trying to show everyone its butthole.
Yeah,
Cats,
I love
man.
that. The
I love 'em.
starfish.
So, Dina, are we jumping into something here for you? A little bit of TikTok conspiracies?
Yeah. So here's the deal. I want to preface this one because I came up with this one myself.
Totally.
And I'm gonna say I'm glad that Daniel's not here because I fully believe it, and I know that he's gonna make fun of me. So, I gotta preface this with like some backstory, some like background here, because
Prologue.
we all know that it's a prologue. We all know that I'm a Christian. I'm coming at this from a Christian conspiracy theory mindset. You got to put yourself in there. So
Juicy.
like good versus evil, devil versus God. Okay.
Devil versus not devil.
Devil versus not devil.
Yeah.
So I think that Taylor Swift literally made a deal with the devil, and I think that she has told us as such in her music, as most heavily within the Tortured Poets department, and I can back it up. Okay, so I also want to preface to the Swifties, I'm still one of you. I love Taylor Swift. This is literally just Hollywood is evil, and we know that. So like, there's got to be connections when you make it big, right? So deal with the devil, sold your soul for the music, whatever. Like they tell us all the time in lyrics. I think that Taylor has been realizing lately that she has got that she regrets her decision, whatever that decision could have been, to get her fame and use her voice, like blah, 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 blah. I think that her deal is made clear within the song The Prophecy. And a lot of people were saying that it was like her writing like fan fiction about Harry Potter and shit like that. I think that it was her literally saying that she wanted to undo the deals that she has made. And I think that the curse may have been like an exchange for, we get your soul, you get fame, and never find true true permanent love. And I think that she has been working that's why she's gone through so many relationships, and all of her songs are about love and blah, 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 blah.
But not Trav.
I was about to say you can't. So you're damning Trav and Taylor trailer.
But I don't know, because I think that she might be trailer. I think that she might be trying to undo it and literally trying to, what is it, like rectify? No,
rectify.
Maybe repent and rectify for her soul. And I think that might have been her redemption potentially. Okay. And I think that I quoted the song "False God." I think that was her realizing in her past relationship with Joe that she's like completely pivoted away from what she once believed, because she sold her soul. And then I think that the Black Dog, when she finally had her heartbreak with Maddie Healy, I think it is, she like realized that she was done, wanted her soul back, and wanted to be done with all of this. Mm-hmm. And she even says in there that she wants to exorcise her demons, which we know could be metaphor, but it could also be realistic if it ties back into the song "False God" and The Prophecy.
Well, she saw the Grimm, right? So
yeah.
I'm not super up on my selling your soul to the devil lore. But couldn't she convince someone to like take her place and like give their soul? Like she has the ability to convince pretty much anyone to do that for her.
Well, I don't know if that would be part of I don't know if that's really I don't think so. I think if we're going by the Faustian rules, right? If we're looking back at Dr. Faustus and all that, once someone becomes famous enough, their soul you can't just replace it, because then you would be giving up someone who has less social value than you. So it's that's the thing about becoming famous, is that you are then on a higher tier. You got more value in the social hierarchy. So more in a way, you're irreplaceable. Yeah. More aura. Your aura is plus 10,000. Not like some schlub on the street that's maybe plus 23 like Daniel.
She could pretend to want to hook up with John Mayer again and then convince him to do it.
Oh my God. Boom. So like if we're like all of that could be part of the conspiracy and everything. But if we're going like hyper realistic, it would just be a matter of like becoming Christian. Like that would redeem her soul essentially.
Okay, can I actually? Do you mind if I add to this? Because I'm ready to challenge it, but also like I'm sort of here for it, right? Because Taylor Swift has an absolutely inordinate amount of power at the moment, and we're seeing that even with the way that we're looking at like the big decision in 2024 coming up. That like Taylor Swift has she's got a lot of clout even politically now. But look at somebody like Travis Kelce, who like also just won a Super Bowl. She was real present in all of that. What did he do to win that Super Bowl, you guys?
Yeah.
A lot of handies for the officials, I tell you what.
According to the song High School, a lot of handies.
What if they both sold their soul to the devil, a devil, to like as a twist around that idea of like, okay, you know what? You're not meant to find true love, but now you can be together. You just got to give me another soul of appropriate power.
Oh my
and influence.
God.
So they're going to be happy, right? But they're showing up everywhere now from this point.
That's okay.
The plot thickens.
That's the new one. Check.
I got you.
That's it.
I got you.
That's it. That's
I mean,
the one.
he's even on Wawa commercials, that guy.
He's in every
Shut
commercial,
up. Is he
dude.
really? Does
so
he
many
talk
Wawa
about
commercials.
hers chips?
He talks about hoagies. It was like for Hoagie Fest.
Hey, do you guys remember that time that Rance bought every Hers chip flavor
every
except
flavor
for the one
except
that I
the
wanted,
one
and they
that
were
you
small?
wanted?
They were so small. I didn't realize. Okay, in my defense, I was really excited to get you a whole platter of hers, right? Like I wanted you to have the
Except for the only
sweeping,
one that I
vast
asked for.
experience. If I
Not a
recall,
sponsor.
though, up to that point, you didn't tell me that was the kind you wanted.
Yeah, I did. I'll pull up receipts right
We
now.
can
It was
refer
the
to
only
the
reason
tape.
we were talking
Please
about
do.
it.
Please do.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to be wrong, and that's fine. I mean, that's my place as tonight's Daniel, is to be wrong.
We need one
great.
rewind prompt in the episode, and that was it.
That's it. And Dina, are you on board with this conspiracy? Like, do you really feel like when you're sharing it, do you feel like this is a really viable conspiracy, or is it you're just sharing its truth?
No, I came up with this one all on my own because I love her. Like I'm super into her album and all of her like discography and everything.
What does that say about you?
And like I was just thinking about it, that I'm a nerd and I need a life.
No, what's it say about you though? You are being influenced. You're actually being influenced by an agent of the devil.
Yeah, and you're a
I know.
Is that why you're wearing makeup
Christian
tonight, or is that
woman
like
with strong convictions?
Drinking alcohol?
That's why I have freckles, because they're from the devil.
You guys got any of those New Balances over there? Like I can.
No, like like when I started thinking about this, I started reevaluating how much of her life I know about, because it's a little obsessive. I'm not.
Isn't that the case with all Swifties though, too? Right?
Yes. Her songs have drugs in them.
People know
the parasocial relationship is real.
And people know a lot about Taylor Swift. I feel like that is the risk you take, like becoming like the social baby of the devil, right?
Yeah.
Like I don't know if what that metaphor means, but it's like
I felt it in my bones. So. Yeah.
Well, when she sheds her outer skin and shows
like a snake.
And shows like the oil black innards that is all that remains of her after this deal. I'm looking really forward to like bapping you up and like being like, you know what, you got it. You're right.
Yeah, after the rapture, we'll go ahead and just replay this.
Dig it. She called it, everybody.
So that's going to be the rewind for the rapture when we all
mark
vanish.
It down.
What was that old movie that like Left Behind? We'll be playing this on a loop on Left Behind.
Did you just call Left Behind an old movie?
You can't.
It's from the 90s.
She's 20 years younger than us.
It can't be from the 90s. Can we please double check this?
Oh, it is.
Yeah,
I watched that shit on VHS.
I'm really good at movie knowledge. I'm going to say it's 2002.
It's 2000.
At least I got the 2000s right.
You guys were both right.
99.
Yeah. Basically 99.
It's Kirk Cameron.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Kirk Cameron.
I don't
I
remember
like
who
that you said that
is.
old movie Left Behind. To me, an old movie is like To
Dude,
Kill a Mockingbird.
she was 3 years old when that movie came out.
I hate
Okay?
that so much. I was working full-time jobs, man.
Blockbuster
I
Video,
was
baby.
still
working at
going
Cactus
strong in the
Willie's.
cult, learning my place, baby.
Heck yeah.
Incredible.
Learning some of those other conspiracy theories.
So listen, Rance.
Yes.
It's time for a segment that we have not at all stolen from the We Have Issues podcast. Don't check them out. We don't love them at all.
Don't check them out.
It's the
check out that
Accountability
Anthony
Buddy
guy.
segment. So what have you been working on recently,
God,
Rance,
thank
that you're
you
hiding in your drawer not telling us about?
Thank you so much for asking me, Dina, because as everyone knows, or maybe doesn't know, I don't. While I'm a big proponent of like talking about like, hey, writing is a community effort, I don't talk about my writing at all. Like
At all.
Mm-hmm.
at
It's
all.
a secret.
So
It's a dirty, dirty secret.
it is a super
Wait,
dirty
hold
secret.
on, because
Yeah.
I just gotta like let the audience know that obviously we're all in a group chat, and Shannon and I talk about our writing regularly,
Mhm.
and then all of
Yeah.
a sudden Rance will
Complain,
just
you mean.
pop in,
Complain.
and yeah, we complain a lot, and just drop that he's got like an entire 2 novels done, and we're like, why haven't you shared anything with us?
Because
He's
they're
got
all
one hidden
horseshit.
in his desk.
And
But
he
you
doesn't
still
have
gotta
beta
tell us,
readers,
man.
and he edits it himself. So like literally no one has seen this.
No one
shit.
knows, right? Well, one
Dick.
day, what's great about that, what's awesome about that is one day all of that is going to crumble and somebody's going to be like, actually, this guy writes, he's fucking terrible. He's just terrible. Like he's
I don't
terrible at
believe that.
writing. He's terrible at all this stuff. And so I'm just waiting for that foot to drop. What have I been working on? So I have actually not been writing as much recently, but I want to explain why I haven't been writing as much recently. I took a big break because I hit a wall with that sophomore slump with the second His Ragged Company book. I am literally right at near the final act, at the point at which everything is all the shit is hitting the fan. And I wrote like 3 or 4 different inroads to a specific chapter, and none of them made me happy. So I'm taking a break from that for the time being, because I'm a big fan of also recognizing that sometimes the words keep coming, but they're not the right ones. Take a break.
Don't force it.
So what I'm doing is I'm trying to actually realign myself with habitual writing. And I am that face, right? I am running a group for students at my school at the moment, where we're going to be meeting
Your history
Mondays.
students.
My history students.
Yeah,
Mondays and
history students,
Wednesdays for an hour and a half after school, specifically doing writing sprints together.
Oh,
and
that's
my
way
intent,
too much extra time with kids.
way
Ugh.
Oh my god.
and my intent is that it is a space at which if they have something long form they're working on, it does not matter what happens when it comes out of the other end. They are just sitting there for an hour and a half. We're doing different kinds of sprints every week. We're doing like some playful competitive sprints. We're doing like sprinting together. What did you get? Doing 15 minutes, 30 minutes. But we're just trying to write. And I'm using this as my opportunity to get back into this space of like, it doesn't matter what fucking words are down there. You know what? The 3 or 4 times that you've worked on this specific area and it hasn't worked, just fucking keep it, Rance. So I'm just trying to like retrain myself to be a more habitual writer. That is what I'm working on right now. And I'm doing it in the company of others who are learning how to write. And I really love that.
That is fun.
It took you what, like 10 years to write the first book? So I think you're on pace.
So, thank you. It actually took me, you son of a bitch. It took me about a year to write the first time, and then it stayed just like locked away for like 9 years.
That
Dina,
counts.
what about you? What have you been working on?
Oh, since we haven't recorded since ShacoCon, I've
Yep.
written an entire novel, and it went
Correct.
through 3 betas. One sort of has DNF'd it. I don't know why. I think she's just busy. I like to tell myself that she's just busy.
Is she a beta cock in that case? Am I?
Yes.
Can you cut that
Accurate.
one out, or is that like a?
Oh no, we're keeping it.
No, we're keeping that.
This is all good
no,
stuff.
like I love her to death. I know she's super busy. And I'm currently querying. Oh, and I also have written about 30,000 words in an additional novel.
Amazing.
Hashtag mquerying.
Yeah. Hashtag mquerying. Yeah, so I wrote 30,000 words so far on that spy novel that I was adapting from my hero short story as well, which is super fun, super hot, super sexy. I love it, but I've kind of hit a wall on it, so I just stopped writing right now.
What do you find? So I think you're a really dynamic writer in the sense that you seem to jump around to a lot of different genres willingly. You all right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was trying to sit comfortably, and it just like my foot hit the bar, and it wasn't
like you were in absolute agony.
Sorry.
Do you have any challenges that you hit when it comes to like shifting? Okay, you wrote a duology that is hopefully intending to be a trilogy, right? Of YA magic romance. You also wrote like a more contemporary romance. Is that correct? That's the thing you did recently.
Contemporary cowboy romance. That's what I'm querying.
Which is so fucking awesome. Like living that cowboy life.
So cute too.
And now you're shifting to a spy story. Like what kind of like whiplash do you experience as a writer, if any, going between all these different specific genres?
It's kind of, it does take time to, I usually rewrite the first 2 or 3 chapters a couple times, because I do like have to shift my voice and my tone based on the genre. But once I imagine the characters, I don't really struggle at all. Like once they're fully fleshed out, it's just my mind just works that way. Like I've got a million different ideas and stories and what could happen in my head, so I just lock on.
I think it's a sign of a really good writer
who
knows their own craft. You are. Hell yeah. Well, unlike Daniel, who, I mean, what has he written lately? 4 hours? Like what?
Yeah, like he like did
the other day.
No, he did 4 hours of line edits. He didn't write anything.
Oh, the poor baby.
Yeah. He just hit accept for Ashley's
That's his edits. After that, he was like, "Fuck it, I'm taking an edible. I'm done. Like I can't do this anymore."
Yeah, no, he was done. Yeah, no, but I enjoy hopping from genre. If I don't hop from genres, I'm gonna repeat characters, and that's my biggest fear, is to like write the same character in a different font. I don't want to do that.
How's your querying journey been so far?
Disappointing. I got an agent that I have networked with via my career at LBP. That she actually helped me write my query letter.
Listen.
She helped me after you and Shannon did. And gave great advice. Thoroughly
Would you
enjoyed
say
it,
that her help was secondary to our help?
It was actually. I think that your help was superior.
I mean, you can just let the industry know that. Just be like, I just want there's this guy I know with the headband.
Yes, it's been mostly, it's been all rejections. Some of them were very quick, to the point where I know without a doubt that they did not even read the query letter, let alone the synopsis, which is fine. People are busy, and like coming from the LBP perspective, where I did read our queries and I helped out editorial when they got behind on queries. I understand not reading it. LBP never did that. I just want to make that clear. LBP read every single one, and usually gave feedback if we could as well. But I understand why agents can't read it. Like they see what the genre is and they just skip, or they see the title and they just skip. I get it.
Their market knowledge is immediately leading them to just go, nope, not for me. Nope, not for me. Nope, not for me. And also, it could be like, do you find sometimes with when you're querying, because it's been so long since I've done so, like, do you find that sometimes agent listings, depending on where you find them, may not be accurate to what the agent is seeking in that moment? So like, you're like, oh yeah, they definitely will take like romance, but maybe on some other website you see that the agent's like, nope, I'm not taking romance right now. And you're like, fuck.
I usually go based on like what query tracker will accept for the genre. But like, even sometimes like I'll check their Twitter and it'll be like that day they're like, I'm done with romance. I don't want to see any of it. But then on manuscript wishlist, it's like, I want romance and I want this specific genre and I'm looking for this comp title, and I'm like, I have that. But on your Twitter, you're saying you don't want that. So it's very frustrating. I understand why people get upset.
It often feels like there's almost this information overload when it comes to agents too. Like they're out there needing to market the authors they have. They're also marketing themselves to authors who are seeking agents. But also we are just consuming all of this information about what agents are taking, what agency are they at. Like we almost follow agents so frequently that I'm like, I get overwhelmed by it too. Even just seeing it from the outside as someone who's not actively querying, I'm like, how do people keep track of this, even with something as helpful as Query Tracker?
They can't. And that's why I'm also not getting upset by rejections and form rejections and like same day rejections, because there's so much out there and I know that it's not personal. People that take it personally and like pitch fits on Twitter need to check themselves a little bit.
Oh, is pitch fit its own special thing? Like that you can write
pitch a fit, like pitch fits.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like you put a hashtag in front of it, it's pitch
Fuck
fit,
you.
right?
Hashtag pitch fit. I'm gonna make that. Do you think I could make my own pitch event?
Oh yeah, you totally could. You just
Can I
put
make you like a
pitch in there.
sponsor?
People
QVC
are gonna shit themselves. They'll be like, another thing that I can.
What's QVC?
What is that?
Never heard of it actually. I don't know. Like I was thinking of QVC. I'm sorry.
I love shopping on QVC.
Yo, I was allowed to watch QVC as a kid. If I got grounded, that was what I was allowed to watch.
Did you also get a credit card? I mean, like that's dangerous. That's dangerous.
No, but I fell for a couple of the like infomercial scams for When Hair.
When Hair? What is When Hair?
Alyssa Milano. You could have hair like Alyssa Milano.
Name drop.
Yeah. And yeah, it was that hair product was total bullshit.
Well, speaking of total bullshit, Sean,
voicemail.
Is that?
We have a voicemail, you guys.
Oh my god!
Wait, we just got a voice. Oh, sorry. We just got a voicemail. My plan was to sing Blue's Clues for you guys. Let's move on.
Incredible.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I'm so ready.
Hey, it's Rhonda. I'm a first time caller. I just wanted to say I listened to the Z Sullivan episode and I really liked it. Okay, thanks. Bye.
Thank you, Wanda.
Wow, Wanda. That's so nice of you to listen. Wanda, you sound like you're not very excited, and I hope that you're doing okay.
Wanda, how many cigarettes did you have before you left that voicemail, buddy? Just checking. Like, are your lungs doing okay? What you going through right now?
I really hope that there's a voicemail in here from somebody that's mad about my hurricane ball, if I'm being honest.
Did anybody get pissed at you for that? For littering? Maybe it's Wanda. Maybe Wanda is actually legitimately pissed at you.
Maybe.
No, because that message from Wanda is from May 9th, 2024.
We check really often.
Really, really often.
Do you have another?
I mean, I can play another. This one is from 10 days later.
Poor Wanda.
May 19th.
Poor Wanda.
Hey, I just called to say that I really liked when you called Steve and Wildcard. It was really nice. Okay, bye.
That is the sound of someone actively edging while leaving a voicemail.
Oh my god,
Wanda
you guys.
Again.
Did I? Oh no, I think I told you guys already about that dude that was masturbating to me at work, right?
No.
Doesn't that happen daily? Your camera went out of focus.
Focus your camera.
I'm trying. I don't know tech.
There it is.
He's back.
There it is.
He's back.
Oh yeah, I did tell you about it. Okay.
Yeah, every day. All right, you guys, if you want to check, if you want to leave, what?
I'm still going back and thinking why there was such a long gap of time in the middle of this voicemail.
Should we listen to it again?
Yeah, I do, because it's like
I just called to say that I really liked when you called Steve and Wildcard. It was really nice. Okay, bye.
Wildcard.
We finished, and then it was really
yes,
I think they're referring to if we called Steven Wildcard, that was probably a discussion about cloacas or about bird shit or something. It's never anything sexy.
I can't help but think that they're not saying Steven Wildcard, but they're saying Steve and wild card. Like wild card is like this person that like shows up at random times. Like, really love when you talk about Steve and wild card.
Oh, why are you moving your jacket like that? I don't like that.
He's
Triggered. I have
getting into
PTSD from work.
Sorry.
If you guys want to leave us a voicemail.
I watched as Sean was like, I'm going to say this right now. You can see it on his face.
If you guys want to call.
I literally gave you a moment because I thought you would say something and then you didn't. So then I started talking and then you started talking.
If you guys want to call and leave us a voice message or text us, one of us might text you back, but I promise we will never answer the phone.
Not me.
Not Rance. I'll pretend to be Rance.
We screen every call.
You can call or text at 347-69-WEIRD. That's 347-699-3473. The Eagle.
That's right.
The Eagle. Give us a call between each song and we'll make sure that we get your hits on the air today. Thank you. This one goes out to Janie. She just wants to let Steve know that she's been thinking about him the entire time. Here's Red Hot Chili Peppers, Under the Bridge, right here on The Eagle 97.9.
Was that your audition?
It was.
Why was that so good?
Did you do college radio, Rance?
No, I didn't, but I always really wanted to be the person who did overblown radio shit like that. Like, did you guys ever hear, depending obviously on where you live, but whether it's like syndicated or not, like Fran Lane and the Nightlight on, like, it was like, for here it was like Mix 106.
What decade was this?
Oh God, like the late 90s, early 2000s.
Oh.
Yeah, the 80s. Jeez, that's Casey Kasem, okay? And Fran Lane.
I'm Casey Kasem.
Fran Lane would always, like, she'd get a voicemail, and the voicemail would be like, I just want to tell the lovely Linda I've been thinking about her all night. And Fran would just roll in there with, like, this is Whitney Houston, and this song goes out to someone who's been thinking of Linda all night. And I'm like, she's got
to know what she's doing.
Oh God, she knows what she's doing. But I love that. Like, I like this just absolute confidence these people bring to the table as disc jockeys. They're so fucking good, man. They're so good. So I got Dina, let me do a Dan here. Let me do a Dan.
Sound like a car that won't turn over.
Dina,
I kept that phlegm in my mouth just for you.
Let me ask a question. Dina, would you consider yourself a tease?
Tickle the pickle. Oh, don't make that face. I don't like that face. Okay. Yes, Daniel. I would consider myself a tease.
Wow, nailed it.
Oh, is this...
Dina, why don't you give us a little taste, a little tickle of the proverbial ball bag, and let us know what the people chose for today's story time with Dinosaurus.
Yeah, so today we're going to tell the story about just a little sprinkle of trauma about the worst birthday.
The worst birthday? Hi, guys. My name's Dina, and I'm here to tell you about my worst birthday.
Is that your birthday clown that showed up?
My aunt was a clown.
And I ruined your birthday.
I have a confession to make too, but I really want to
Squeezo's birthday clown, and here I am to make sure that you have the best birthday ever.
Incredible. Speaking of clowning around, we're going to play a new game today called Rapid Fire Q&A. In this game, I will ask Rance and Dina questions one at a time, and much like our word association game, they are asked to answer right away from the gut without putting any thought into it. Hopefully, the fast pace will create some fun, humorous situations. And we're going to start with our guest co-host, Rance. So, Rance, are you ready for your first?
I'm so ready.
Gut answer?
Absolutely. Good answer.
All right, Rance. What's your go-to karaoke song?
Kiss from a Rose. Kiss from a Rose by Seal.
Beautiful. Dina, if you could have any superpower, what would it be?
Shapeshifting.
Rance, what's the weirdest food you've ever tried?
Oh, definitely Rocky Mountain oysters.
Ooh, delicious.
Oh man, it'll roll them around your mouth a little bit.
Fucking, aren't those bull testicles?
They are.
Yeah,
It's
delicious.
Remarkably good, actually. Remarkably good. Like,
yeah, chewy, a little grizzly. Dina, are you a morning person or a night owl?
Night owl.
Hey, Rance, what's the movie you can watch over and over?
Oh, shit. Mad Max Fury Road.
Dina, if you could travel anywhere right now, where would you go?
Ireland.
Rance, what's your guilty pleasure TV show?
Oh, great question. Right now it's Roller Jam.
Roller Jam!
Roller Jam. We're talking about dancing with roller skates.
About that, yeah.
Hell yeah, man.
So this is like a dancing
us about
competition,
it,
but
Daniel.
they're on
Wait, I'm telling you
roller
now.
skates?
I thought it was, wait. Yeah. So actually my wife introduced me to it. And it's like a Dancing with the Stars kind of competition, like American Idol kind of deal, where you got all these roller skating teams that come together and they do like a roll bounce dance off, where they're depending upon what decade they're doing, like 90s, 80s, 70s, they have to do like a whole choreographed dance around it.
Pop and lock on
Pop and
roller
lock.
skates.
And it's very
Yeah.
cool. And like every week, like 2 teams get voted off. I've been really enjoying it because I like watching people's dreams get shattered. It's just something that's really satisfying to me.
Oh my god,
Especially when
I've never
they're on-
related to anything more.
It is, but you know what's so great? It's like when you watch Chopped. Like, I love watching Chopped and rooting against the piece of shit chef that, like, he's like, I've been cooking my whole life and everybody ain't got nothing on me. And you're like, this guy needs to fucking go down. He's gonna make the shittiest hot dog mousse, and he's
You've
gonna
been
get absolutely railed.
Yeah.
It's a really good chart, by the way.
All right,
really
Dina,
good.
cats or dogs?
Dogs. Give me something
Rance, what-
good, man.
Dude, I'm just going down a list here, okay?
Sorry.
Do the people need to know that this was last second and low quality and low effort?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
That's our brand.
Then you know.
Let's try.
Rance, what's the weirdest job you ever had?
Oh God, I worked at a winery.
Hot.
That's
Oh,
weird.
there was no crushing of grapes with feet. It was just
Aww.
I know,
Then
none.
why was it weird?
Just because I worked at a winery when I was like 16.
Sean, you've missed 2 buzzers about the F word, by the way.
Ah, shit.
I drank each time.
We're out of practice.
I'm
Man.
just drinking the beer off my hand.
I was gonna say, why are you like licking?
Do you need
your
another beer,
finger
Rance?
No,
vagina?
I have my other one right here. Thank you.
Okay.
I just cracked it open.
All right, Dina, if you could meet any historical figure, who would it be?
Jeff Davis. What the fuck? Who is that?
Isn't Jeff Davis like one of those? Isn't he like a cult leader? Like, isn't he the guy who like made everybody drink a bunch of fucking Kool-Aid?
No, Jeff Davis. No, Jeff Davis was president before. with the
You mean
13 states.
Jefferson Davis?
Jefferson Davis.
President Jeff Davis.
Good
He was
old
president of
Jeff-
the Confederate States during the American
Yeah.
Civil War.
Jeff Davis. Oh, thank God for that President Jeff. You know what I'm
Good
saying?
old Jeff.
Good old Jeff. You
Isn't he
know,
a dollar bill? No.
do a dollar bill. Do you have a
Nope,
dollar bill?
that's
Are you
George
that poor
Washington.
right now, bud? Are you okay? Is everything going all
no,
right?
No, on a dollar. Like, isn't he on?
He's
no,
on.
that's Jackson. Who's
No,
on?
he's only on a dollar bill if you like if you draw him in.
Jefferson Davis is not on any American currency.
Also known as Jeff.
Maybe he was on like
I don't
the
think I know
Confederate
who he
dollar,
is.
which
I
I'm sure
don't
your
know who he
family
is,
has
but-
like a treasure chest
Yeah,
of
we were
Confederate
talking about-
currency somewhere.
We were talking about the Civil War earlier.
Good old Jefferson Davis.
Good old Jeff. I bet Jeff owned slaves. What
Is
a boy.
Is it
What a good man.
J-E-P-H? Like it's some biblical name? It's even though it's Jefferson, like they call him Jeff J-E-P-H.
Oh my God.
Jeff.
Extra apps, actually.
Jeff.
Jeff.
All right, Rance, what's your favorite ice cream flavor?
Oh God, dude, this is boring. Vanilla. Actually, no. Graham Slam by
You are
Turkey Hill.
so
No,
white.
no, I am. I
Vanilla
love
was
vanilla.
my dad's favorite, actually.
Graham Slam by Turkey
Ew.
Hill.
Why do you have smoker's cough, man?
Because I'm
that's
getting
right.
over,
you
like-
had pneumonia.
Walking pneumonia.
Pneumonia.
He
I
has
said pneumonia.
he has liquid in his
I
lungs.
do. My lungs are filled with so much caulk. Just caulk. So much lung butter.
Oh, yummy.
I can see that when you said yummy.
What's a hobby you've always wanted to pick up?
Painting.
Hey, Rance.
Yeah.
What's the last book you read?
Fourth Wing.
Oh.
Trash is what he meant to say.
Dina loves that book. Loves that book.
I gotta be honest with you.
It's good. It's good, but I hate that I like
really
it.
enjoyed it, but I hate
this is a good one. This is a good one. Dina, if you were a kitchen utensil, what would you be? You're thinking too much.
The spaghetti. No, the spaghetti. I couldn't remember the
pasta server.
Yeah.
The pasta server. Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Pasta server.
Yeah, it's like a serving spoon, but it's slotted and it has like prongs on it.
It's got perfect portion sizes.
Perfect portion sizes for a baby.
That's what the hole in the middle is for. Oh.
Rance, what's your favorite holiday?
It's gonna be Christmas.
And Dina,
boring.
What's a talent you wish you had?
A talent?
Anything is what you're saying right now.
Coin toss.
I wish.
Coin toss. What exactly constitutes coin toss?
Just like here, heads or tails.
What do you mean by talent? Like
an ability, like a thing that you can do that
like
just
flipping the coin yourself or guessing the correct answer.
Like, okay, I'd want to be able to like shuffle cards in cool ways, Dina. That's a thing I would like to do.
You want to do close-up magic?
Yeah, but not even magic. I just want to be able to do cool shuffles, like
Gambit.
like those things.
Yeah, but you wouldn't do that with your sleeved card game cards.
No, I wouldn't. Not my magic cards.
I would like to be able to do a cartwheel.
Cool.
We could make that happen.
It's a good
That should be a
response.
soundbite. Cool.
I was just praising you in excitement for you finally realizing that there's a basic talent you wanted.
We're unlocking dreams that have been hidden away for a long time.
I'm gonna do a cartwheel. Cool.
I want to be a gymnast. Rance, what's the strangest thing you've ever had for breakfast?
Strangest thing I've ever had for breakfast. Mushy peas.
Camel.
Mushy peas. Were you in England or were you
was.
just a weirdo? Okay.
I was.
So that's normal in England. That's not weird.
And for me it's weird, right?
Dina, if you could instantly learn any language, which would it be?
Chinese, Mandarin.
Mandarin.
It's very specific. You'd be good at
I'd
business.
like the cream of some young guy.
Is that?
Rance,
Yep,
what's your
Wayne's
favorite
World.
childhood cartoon?
My favorite childhood cartoon. Fuck! Let me think. Oh, I got him. No, I can't think of anything. The Jetsons.
Nice. That's Kelly's favorite too.
Is it really? Yeah, tell her she has fucking terrible taste, because I know I do too. Jetsons suck. It's a shitty show. Like, if you think about it, if you really think about it, it's like...
It's the first cartoon you can think of.
It was. Like, if you really think about it, the Flintstones, they had this thing going on where it was like, we're the regular family in the Stone Age, and then the Jetsons came along, and they're like, we're gonna be the fucking opposite. It's just the dumbest.
At least the Jetsons didn't smoke cigarettes.
They didn't smoke their Terry tins or whatever
What
they were.
you doing over there? Oh, hey Fred, I'm just having a Virginia Slim in the Stone Age.
Would he really have a Virginia Slim?
I can't remember what brand it was, but they really were in cigarette commercials.
It was like, yeah, they were. I remember seeing them. They're like Terry tins or some shit, right? Like,
I got some Lucky Strikes, man.
Lucky Strikes.
All right, and the last one, Dina, what's the most embarrassing fashion trend you've ever followed?
Oh, tank tops under everything so that they like go down below the shirt and like around your butt.
I wear a tank top every day. Maybe I should do the around my butt thing.
No, they had to be the spaghetti strap tank tops with the built-in non-padded bra that stretched so far down so that they covered your butt pocket.
Was that like a late 2000s thing?
It was like mid-2000s. It was like 2010.
Yeah, that feels like it comes right along with like Hanson CDs. Like,
we should bring that back, Rance.
Yeah, let's do it.
The butt hugging spaghetti strap.
Yeah,
it came with a U2 album. All right, you guys, this has been Rapid Fire Q&A.
Dina, I feel like I will say in your defense, I feel like you got some like softball questions in there.
I did.
Listen, I didn't
No,
curate
I know
them,
that wasn't
okay?
that must not be blaming
No, I know.
you, Sean. It's more
no.
complex than that.
Dog or cat?
They like dog
Obviously
or
dog.
do they like cat?
Pick
Do
one.
they like dog or cat?
Hey, Dina, do you like dog?
Listen,
do you like
they
cat?
can't all be
Cat.
winners,
Dog.
okay?
Gotta get that like curled tongue.
That-
Dog.
Dog or cat?
I like
Yes.
bird.
Bird. Give me my bird.
I like birds.
I want my bird.
Totally underrated
Wait,
performance, by
I
the
can
way.
picture
Totally
the entire
underrated.
scene. What movie is it from?
Iron Man 2.
Iron Man
Yeah,
2.
okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, you got
I
you.
can
I
picture
mean,
the whole thing.
you got
I
your
want
bird. I'll
my
give you your
bird.
bird. You want a bird? I'll give you any bird you want. Like, dude, fucking Sam Rockwell in that movie is
Sam
just so
Rockwell
good.
kills it.
He's so good. He's so good in anything.
All right, I'll go
Yep.
rewatch Harry Potter. Thanks.
He's
Oh my
back.
God. That's Rance's favorite
It's
Harry
my
Potter
favorite,
reference.
like-
Smoke with your hands.
It's like trying to catch smoke with your bare hands. I don't know what that guy said. I make him sound like a fucking like a Tarryton
Some
smoking
motherfuckers just
60s,
want to ice
70s
skate uphill.
blade.
All right, you guys. So this week for our discussion, I asked our Patreon supporters to choose a topic or give us some suggestions for a topic and suggestions. And I can't speak.
Dina, we got the same chair.
This. Oh my God, you
No.
guys have similar chairs. Amazing.
Very
Twinsies.
similar. We also have
Oh my God, you guys. They both have matching Stanley fucking. I'm gonna go fucking kill myself. Can I introduce the discussion segment?
you can. We're just
Okay.
like brother
Just
and
ignore what's on
sister.
screen, Sean.
Yeah, just ignore it. So this week's discussion was suggested by our Patreon supporter and best friend of the show, Shannon Bright. It is how to write an unlikable protagonist that readers can't help but root for. And if you want to get in on the discussion for just $1 per month, you too can support this show and gain exclusive access to content and suggest segment ideas like this one at patreon.com/DMIW.
So you got such a good radio voice.
Yes, you in the back.
I wasn't saluting, Rance.
Oh, okay. I was
I
just
thought you were
If
raising
I
your
was
hand.
saluting like this,
He's a
we would
teacher,
have a
and he doesn't-
problem.
He doesn't recognize the raised hand.
I have two things.
Look.
To say.
Okay, you're granted permission
Oh,
to speak.
so that's why Daniel's not here. I get it.
He turned on his own people. I would like to say that I actually do think that Shannon is like one of my best friends, and I've been really scared to tell her that because I don't want to scare her away. But when you said best friend, I was like, hey, yeah, that's actually my best friend. And I don't think she feels the same way. But
Nope,
in my head,
I'm gonna turn that shit right
I
around.
love her.
I
That's so
absolutely
cute.
do not think she doesn't feel that way. I think Shannon sees such value and friendship in you. Just
She won't say it out
hope
loud.
so.
Yeah, at 100%.
She might write it.
does.
She might write it in a thank you card.
Yeah.
She did not.
Oh,
No, she did write me a very cute thank you card. My second thing is that I absolutely think that she suggested this on Patreon as an @ for me because I think that I just recently wrote a very unlikable protagonist. So I
she
see you,
subtweeted
Shannon.
you on our Patreon.
You're an asshole.
Yeah.
yeah, I see
I'm
it.
all about this conversation though because
Same.
I think there is a big poison in writing when it comes to the presumption that we need to have main characters that are likable. Like I got a big problem with it and I can't wait to talk about it.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Well, let's
go
go
for
ahead and
it.
talk
Give
about
us
it,
your
bud.
full rant.
Okay. So for one of the things I'm thinking about is that I think I'm going to say this as a writer who is male. I think male writers and male characters can get away with being unlikable way more. That feels like something that, so we have so many of these like machismo driven action genre characters who do deplorable things. And I'm writing this as, I'm saying this as someone who has written someone who does pretty fucking deplorable things within, this genre. That like I just think male characters can get away with it way more than female characters. The minute it seems like that a female character does not sit into like a certain pathway or avenue of expectation, she's instantly considered unlikable. And at least that's what I feel like I see. Am I wrong about that?
No, I think you're right. I almost interrupted you because I didn't want to forget what I was going to say. I think you're absolutely onto something, because I think that this also plays into the societal, I guess, questioning or dialogue that we're currently having as a culture across countries. The female gaze versus the male gaze. Men can get away in literature. Men can get away with being a little more deplorable because men are also just now learning about the female gaze, and the female gaze is not always perfect. A lot of times women want that I can fix him, and they want to read about, like, they may not want it in their like actual relationships, but they want to read about it because that plays into the female gaze fantasy of that inherent psyche of wanting to fix him, seeing that sort of like danger that's also still safe. So like you can play on the edge of that and like feel dangerous and bad and feel like you're going for a bad boy, but at the end of the day, he's actually good and safe. So they can get away with shittier behavior because women will find a way to excuse it. Does that make sense?
100%. Like I'm going to ask you, as someone who has way more experience with stuff like romance, do you think that genre has something to do when it comes to likability or not? Or like so we often
yes.
Okay, so like it feels like we measure the likability of a character based on what they do or do not do within the world they're existing, right? So if I think about a lot of the books that I have had experience with, that I read and that I like to write, high fantasy, low fantasy, science fiction, these are worlds that like killing happens in these worlds. Characters kill a lot of people, and there's like, it's never this moral judgment held against them unless they like kill bad things. Unless they kill good things or good people or, whatever. If they kill innocents, that's terrible. But it's almost way more forgivable in those genres. Whereas you turn over into something like, I don't know, like a YA or a romance genre, like there's a lot more moralizing placed upon these characters. It feels like they have way less they need to do to be considered unlikable.
Yeah, no, I agree. And because I think that like when you open up a romance book, you're literally there to see them to the end, which is love. In fantasy, you're literally there to see them kill and go through the hero's journey and then like save everybody and redeem themselves from that murder. Like you're there for different motivations.
Do you feel like that is a lot of the time then that female characters and characters that identify as female, they're held to higher standards by a readership?
I think there's a shift happening from what I've noticed, that they're not necessarily like women are mostly like the bulk of readership, I believe. And I think that we're learning to explore
because men don't
more.
read shit.
Men like video games and football.
I like to just think about guns and my bullets and the occasional Miller High Life. Sorry.
No,
and
but really,
iguanas.
And iguanas falling from trees in Miami in winter. So no, I think that there's a shift happening right now where we're exploring more of that. And I think that there's more forgiveness happening, but I think I would say like about a decade ago, you would be spot on. But I think that there's been a slow shift in societal norms.
And the weirdest thing about that too, if we think the classics are this space that I love to exist in as a scholar, and I love looking specifically 1800s Victorian literature. I love it. all of the characters, all of the characters that are praised as being these phenomenal demonstrations of like female autonomy are autonomy. Jeez, did I say that right the first time?
Autonomy, you said it right.
Autonomy, thank you. That like nowadays, if they were in books that were published now, I have a feeling that people would look and be like, "Oh my gosh, they're so unlikable."
Yeah.
So if actually,
Jane Austen.
Yeah, like
she's prime example.
All of Jane Austen's characters would just be like
gross.
Yeah, who are these women?
Back then, they were like so like ahead of their time.
Yeah.
And they were like what women were striving to be. They were our heroes and what we were looking up to. And now we're looking for more women with like more attitude, more firmness, more unlikability. Unlikability. Is that the word I'm looking for? We're looking for women that aren't just like these pick-me's, you know?
Well, how do like character motivations come into play in this?
I would say that has a lot to do with, we could go back to like the feminist movement for how that influences our character motivation for romance, because women nowadays, you have to write books where the goal is not just love. She has to have dreams and goals outside of that. And like, I kind of struggle with that as a writer too, because like I'm reading romance for the love, not for her fucking dreams of being a stupid fucking painter.
But you are reading them for her fucking dreams, right?
For fucking, yeah. I'm in it for that. I kind of don't.
So recognizable.
I kind of don't like the shift personally, but I understand where it's coming from, so I can support it from that perspective. Because I read romance to escape, not to think about going to college and building a fucking
successful and stable
donut shop
career
for myself. Yeah, like I don't know. She doesn't need that. She doesn't need that. She just needs to fall in love. Let's get on with it. That's cute. That's a cute side plot. But I understand why people want that, because there's a societal shift.
So, okay, so if we're looking at making, so in writing, you're looking at creating a protagonist. I'm not even going to say likable or unlikable, because I don't know if you're anything like me. That doesn't come into play as I'm writing. I just create a character. It comes into play for me. Does it? Okay.
Yeah.
And is that part, do you think that's part of that, like, that thing we were talking about recently? Like, do you feel like you have to think about that as a female writer writing women?
Yes, because when I'm writing something, I'm writing currently to build a career. So my goal is I'm thinking about how I'm going to talk about this to crowds of people. Hopefully one day, like I sound like a stupid dreamer right now, but like I'm literally trying to build a physical career. So I'm thinking about how I'm going to answer to crowds of women that are looking for role models. I'm thinking about the society as a whole and culture, and how I need to present my characters to reflect our goals as a society. So it does kind of influence me, and I don't always like it, but I also understand, like, I feel like sometimes it holds me back creatively, but I understand why society needs it, if that makes sense.
It does. It does. And I can also see where it holds you back creatively, right? Like, you have to, in a way, if you're writing in a marketable and saleable genre and you are trying to break into this genre, you have to check certain boxes, because otherwise that genre wouldn't exist as it is. I think I will say like that's in different ways, as someone who loves to write in like what is a Western genre with its own little tweaks and turns. Like, you probably experience this too, as someone who's writing a modern Western, that there are certain tropes that I have to hit no matter what, because otherwise it wouldn't be that. But I can't tell you I ever thought about the likability of my protagonist. In fact,
I like that. And I think it's more free, and like it helps your art more.
And sometimes if I think too much about it, I just don't, I don't like the protagonist, because I don't think I don't want to write. They're not a good dynamic. Like, unlikability leads to a certain dynamic in that. And I'm actually going to talk about Shannon Bright's character in every which way. Like, I think that character, isn't on the surface the kind of woman that the typical female reader would go, I think she's likable. She's a badass. She's hysterical. She's witty. She is on edge a lot of the time. And she's also dealing with a lot of like different influences and pressures from around her. So of course she's not typically likable because, well, she's just like fucking us. She's got a shit ton of layers that are being rifled through constantly by the people who expect things of her in life.
But that's the thing that I like. I personally, I do want to say I like unlikable characters, and I want to write them more often. I know that I kind of do already, but like I kind of hold myself back to like meet standards. But I like unlikable because I'm an unlikable person. Like not everybody's going to like everybody. Sean, don't give me that look. I just mean like I'm not everybody's cup of tea.
Oh no, she's totally fucking unlikable. I'm just putting that there.
Yeah, fuck her, right? It's not everybody likes. There's plenty of people on Twitter that we know that don't like me, and
English
that's
people
just
don't like
reality. The Brits really have a problem with me. By the way, guys, I had a dream that all of our British people from the show came to Florida and hung out with me. It was phenomenal. Anyway,
I love that.
It was so cute and fun. Yeah, Tom was a big player, but it was really cute and fun. Anyway, I just like how realistic it is when you have an unlikable character because I don't know. Violet Sorrengail, I don't want to fucking root for her every time because she's fucking unlikable and I wouldn't be her friend.
Yeah.
There we go. I'm good.
We done. We're good with this. You know what? Fucking write unlikable people because it doesn't matter what other people like about it when it's books.
Some blah, blah,
well said. Well said, Rance.
blah, blah, blah.
Du war finna bewak. You know, I gotta admit, here at the Don't Make It Weird podcast, there's something I've learned. We are all about storytelling here. And every week, we aim to share an entertaining tale. So, channeling my inner Daniel, without further ado.
It's story time with Dinosaurus.
So, I'm not gonna lie, I've been trying to figure out how to make this story a little bit longer because at the end of the day, I'm so angry about it that I just want to be like, this is what happened and I'm done. But I am gonna preface that I love birthdays. Everybody that has ever watched Don't Make It Weird understands that I love birthdays. I always have shitty birthdays. And I think it's because I have really high expectations. I think I talked about this before. I have super high expectations for birthdays, and then like something always happens. I think last year something happened to Tim. He was sick or something, or I was pregnant or something stupid like that. Like,
have you
couldn't
considered
enjoy
like
it.
setting the bar really low so that like
I did this year and it still failed, but it's fine. I even on my 16th birthday, I snuck out of my own party. And like with my best friend, we literally crawled out of a window because it was the biggest failure. And that's a different story time. But I really love birthdays and I enjoy them a lot. So this was my third year in college. Third or fourth year in college, like in my bachelor's program, not regular. I think it was like my 6th year in actual college. Anyway, I had this great friend group and I was super excited. I was going for my major and like I felt like I had my life together. And I was a grown up now. I think I was
13.
Jesus, that's what you consider.
I was 17 or 18. It was one of those birthdays.
Sean, is that what Daniel would consider a grown up, or is that like a...
Is that what?
Is that what Daniel would consider a grown up?
Oh, good Lord. I thought we weren't going to touch on that.
Anyway, 17 or 18, and I had this friend group, and one of them, like my bestie in the group, was she invited me out for lunch for my birthday, and she literally texted me and said, do you want to go to lunch for your birthday? And we would go in between our classes because we were both in the same major. And I was like, yeah, sure. I had never gone out to lunch with friends for my birthday. Like, I had always done like a party at this point because I was 17 or 18. And we went to Buffalo Wild Wings. And we got there because, like, I love me some buffalo wings, you know?
Yeah, what kind of wings did you get?
I got their, I think it's buffalo? The mild.
Oh,
mild buffalo.
Very, very, very.
Yeah, with a side of fries.
Oh, wild.
And then
okay,
extra sauce.
Oh, that
ranch
is wild.
And blue cheese. Yeah.
Did you only get mild wings? Or did you get like some mango habanero on there?
No, I'm white tea, and I only get the buffalo.
You gotta take care of yourself.
So anyway, we order it. We have a decent time. Like, she's talking about her wedding that I'm gonna be in. And it's super cute and amazing. And I have this new boyfriend. His name is Tim. And
to be clear, this is the same Tim that you married? Or is this another guy?
There's a lot of Tim. I was about to say, there's a lot of Tims in the
There
golf.
are a few Tims and a few Johns.
Hey, Tim, I'm Tim.
We'll get to their stories at some point.
Is Tim short for Timberland?
Timaranja, actually.
Oh, okay.
So we have our lunch and we're talking about her wedding, and it's super cute. And like, I feel like such an adult because I'm off campus in between classes, and we have a final coming up, and it's like out of a movie. And then the waiter comes and asks, how many checks? And she says 1. And I'm like, yeah, that's right, because it's my birthday. And I'm like, oh my God, thank you so much. And then the check comes and she slides it over to me.
What the fuck?
And I was like, it's my birthday. And she's like, yeah, but you wanted to go out to eat. I can't afford it. And I was like, I'm gonna kick your ass. Oh my God, that was so good, Sean. That was so good. Yeah, so I had to pay for my own birthday lunch, and I like didn't really say much after that. I just kind of paid, and we went back to campus and had class, and I ruined her wedding, so that was fun.
I think the worst part about that, though, is that, like, you not only paid for your own lunch and hers, you also therefore paid for the food that I'm sure gave you diarrhea later on that day.
No, I had a stomach of steel. We didn't believe in expiration dates in the cold.
You know what, though? What a shitty thing to do. Like, you.
Who does that? I still to this day can't wrap my mind around it. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. So
you deserve better.
And I think about that every single time somebody is like, "It's your birthday. Do you want to go out?" I'm like, "No, no, I don't," because I think that's going to happen again.
Stuck with the check. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Tell me now, is it on you or are you paying for this?
Up front, I want your credit card on the table.
I want money right now. You're going to pay me to go out with you.
I want it now.
I'm sorry. What a shitty way.
That was just disappointing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what's the worst part about that, though, Dina?
What?
Is that it's not even like memorably traumatic. It's just shitty enough that it sucks. Like, it's not even like I went out and I watched as the whole building was burned down and people's lives were lost, right? It's just, it sucks enough. It's like, it's an indication of how shitty she is as a person, but it's not a bad day, and in that, it's the fucking worst.
I bet that Dina thinks about it every time she goes to B-dubs.
100%.
But here's the thing 100%.
Also. It's ruined
so just to connect the
for
dots for everybody, this is the same woman that said that I couldn't get married in the same month or week or year as her.
Yeah.
Year as her. So this is the same friend. So I think that the quote unquote traumatic part, it's really not traumatic, is that this was the start.
Yeah.
Because I had just started dating Tim, and who I was going to marry, and then she tried to control my wedding. She didn't even fucking pay for my lunch for birthday. Like, and she had a job and I didn't. I had quit for our internship. And yeah, it was just all around.
Worse.
That was the beginning. Yeah, I quit my job for my college internship. So I didn't have a job at the time.
For all of these like subtle these subtle insults she gave to you over the time, I think what you should have done is told her that you had some wine in your basement and bring her down there and just like get her super drunk and wall her up.
One of murder.
Do one of Edgar Allan Poe murder. For the many insults that you had to experience based on her. Like, that's what the dude in Casco Amontillado did, right? He was like, you know what, this guy?
Someone stiffed him over like $20 in chicken wings
so many times.
Pissed.
He'd be like, this B-dubs incident, I'm fucking done. Putting you behind the wall, letting you scream.
Also, the high tops were super uncomfortable.
Yeah, high tops are always uncomfortable.
I hate the high tops.
Did she choose the high tops?
She did.
That's fucking
I will
so much
literally
better.
stand up and stretch in the middle of a meal if I'm at a high top.
Gotta get up and just
same.
Yeah.
Work those quads. Work my glutes at a high top.
Yeah, I got that flat booty syndrome, you know?
Yeah, and also you can't
relate.
Okay, did she also, let me guess, did she get I'm just profiling here. Did she get boneless wings with a side of celery?
No, I mean they were definitely boneless, but I don't know.
Come on.
They were like, I think they were garlic parmesan is what I remember. I don't know about celery.
Like you can get like you could just gotta admit to yourself you're getting boneless wings.
Boneless too.
But you probably, I mean, I can't really make excuses for you. It's chicken nuggets. It's chicken nuggets, which is great if that's what you're going for. But the breading is totally different.
Yeah.
It's better in every way.
It's not better.
Okay. So on this show, we give our audience the option to choose the story for next time in a little segment we call Choose Your Adventure. Dina, what do we have up for voting next time?
All right. This time we can choose from a recent story that just happened. Everybody here knows about it, so keep your mouth shut. The time I held somebody at gunpoint. Or the time I saved someone's life. I think...
Both of the same story.
I was 7 years old. And then the time I got my brother kicked out of the house permanently, forever. I'm sorry.
Jesus.
Permanently?
I've apologized to him at least once a year since then.
Permanently parenthetical forever.
I was a shitty sister.
I do apologize. I have to apologize all the time. I hit my brother in the head with a fucking Coke can out of absolute rage one time.
I love this story so much.
So,
I heard it on QVC.
I'm just telling you, like that. Like I think about it every day. So Dina, I understand because there's a certain amount of like guilt that just chews away at you like this fucking poison inside.
But you fucking deserved it. I'm just saying. Well, he didn't deserve it at all.
Yeah, he did.
Actually,
Not
no.
Bobo.
No.
He's a sweetheart.
Oh, we're talking about Bobo.
Who did you think Rance's brother was?
Other than good. I was talking about my brother.
Yeah, I thought you were talking about your brother.
Yeah.
I gotta be honest with you, I can influence this because I know the one I want to hear, but I'm not gonna say it. But also I've heard one of them already. So like I feel like if people choose the one I've heard, then I'm getting screwed over.
Yeah, that's
you're
fair.
Getting fucked in the ass, man.
I don't want to get effed in the B, dude.
You don't want to have that C in the B?
Yeah, I don't.
You don't want a little bit of C in the B?
I don't want to get a little bit of that butt ride. I don't know what that means.
A little bit of that butt ride.
I get a little bit of that butt ride, you guys.
All right, you guys. So even though Daniel, oh, it was wonderful. Even though Daniel couldn't be here, he has reached his greasy fingers into this podcast tonight.
Wait, Sean,
what?
I've got this.
I know. I'm just
have to tell
letting
me.
the people know.
No, we're not done. No, we're not done. You have to go back. Sean,
you have to go back?
Based on those titles alone, what do you think the people should pick? Like, what's your pick?
The Scooby-Doo ending, of course.
Or Choose Your Adventure.
Like, I'm with Rance on the whole, like, I already know story number one, even though it's a juicy story.
It's very juicy. Some might call it wet.
It's a little traumatic.
Wet, W-H-E-T.
I'm still scared.
Wet.
Wet. Like my coughs at the moment.
Oh, that lung butter is so delicious. Spread it on an English muffin.
Butter's the worst.
I have to go with you got your brother kicked out of the house because it sounds diabolical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. All right, so
Cool.
now you can go, Sean. Unless you want me to go.
All right, so even though Daniel isn't here tonight, he still reached his greasy fingers into this podcast and delivered a cringy copulation segment. It just slipped out of his butterfingers into Rance's lap.
Don't tell the people that Daniel was involved in this. The controversy will be too big.
Listen, he's still working behind the scenes while we work through some things. Okay,
he's like
he's laying low.
He's like what happens to police when they accidentally shoot
he's
somebody.
doing desk work,
or they do it intentionally. Yeah, so
listen, he's lost his gun, but not his badge. Okay.
God damn it! They put me back behind the desk like some filthy desk jockey. All I did was choose to shoot 3 to 7 people.
Incredible.
Bring back
just 7 to 3 victims.
I got
All right,
it.
Dina, are you ready?
There was only so much blood.
All right, here we go.
Every week, we celebrate some of the worst erotic literature in history, often selected by the Literary Review, a British literary magazine, in a segment that we call Cringy Copulation. These are real excerpts from real books intended to be taken seriously. This week's excerpt will be read by Rance, or Rance, from the book Passed Around the Soccer Team by Mark Daniel. Mark Daniel is an author specializing in gay erotica, particularly focusing on BDSM and hardcore short stories featuring male-on-male sexual content. His narratives often explore themes such as edging, bondage, and pet play, emphasizing safe, sane, and consensual interactions. Daniel's work include titles like House Trained, an erotic gay short story, and Becoming My Roommate's Pet, a straight to gay first time male on male erotic short story.
Tina, you did such a good job at reading those words. Not all of them were the right ones, and you weren't very good at it, but I'm so proud of you.
Consensual, baby.
It was a double, and I still read.
Also, can you say, what is it when you get a tiny piece of a text? What is that called? Like
paragraph? I don't.
You take a piece of the text out and you read
segment.
It. What's it called?
It's an excerpt.
What's it called? What's it called, Tina? It's a excerpt.
Excerpt.
I said, that's my favorite Phil Collins song. Excerpt.
I'm deep in your DMs right now.
Thank you
excerpt.
So much. Excerpt.
How do you say it? Excerpt.
Okay, I'm so ready to
excerpt.
Speaking of these excerpts here, I got a good excerpt in here. I'm so ready with Mark Daniels passed around the soccer team. Are you ready?
Please read.
All right. Striker, show him what you're made of, Ryan said. Kyle gulped, glancing between the players as he tried to remember their positions. You see, this was much harder without their uniform shirts on. He knew their positions by their numbers, but all he saw was muscular, bare chests. 2 players grabbed him by the arm and flipped him over on his stomach. They used shoelaces to tie his wrists together under the bench. Kyle squirmed, not trying to resist his restraints, but the nervous energy built in his body was too much for him to stay still.
No.
He was hyper aware that his ass was facing the rest of the team. The first striker kneeled at one end of the bench. He lifted Kyle up by his chin, smirking down at him. Open wide, he demanded. Kyle did as he was told. He hid his top row of teeth behind his upper lip and covered his bottom teeth with his tongue. The striker slid his cock into his mouth. This player made Ryan seem gentle in comparison. He used his cock the same way he played on the field, intense, fast, and rough.
That's not how you give a blowjob, is it?
I mean, I think Mark Daniels might have some experience with the...
cover your bottom teeth with your tongue.
Yeah, cover your bottom teeth with your...
Cock teeth with your lip.
Come on, bruv. Cover your bottom teeth with your tongue.
That's so hot.
But you can't move your
Do you think friend of the show Staples would have a problem with my accent here, you guys?
I thought it was perfect.
Thank you so much. I couldn't help but think of Roy Kent on the just character. Absolutely like drilling this dude.
I see what they're going for.
Daniel was totally, absolutely hoping you would go for a Roy Kent angle on this, and you didn't let us down.
Got you so much. Like, you know what? They talk about hardness, positions, like
hard was said multiple times.
Wrong.
Yeah, the tongue.
Positions was said multiple times, and not in the way you think.
So, like,
your tongue doesn't go between your lip and your teeth.
If you like do the mouth thing.
No, like it can, but not. I'm taking this too literally. I'm done.
This is how you're supposed to do it.
Guys, this is how you give a Barbara Jackson right here. You gotta like
Barbara
DJ.
No,
guys, I do respect women.
There's no women in this story.
You're right. Mark Daniels passed around the soccer
It's
team.
about to get fired again.
You know what? I gotta give mad props to Mark Daniels though, because my man is going like, he's going hard into this thing. Like, I'm really interested in the pet play ones, right? Is this like a team full of furries? Is this like a soccer team full of furries?
I don't know.
Do they put the diapers on the outside or the inside of the fursuit?
I think that
honestly, at the beginning, it felt like rape. So
there was a lacrosse,
but it was consensual.
They were covered.
As you would say, it was consensual.
Consensual.
This excerpt was consensual.
Consensual. He said,
"That's just not."
I have a dear friend.
He said, "Open wide, Bob."
Bob, I have a dear friend of mine who cannot say the word frustrated. So when he gets frustrated, he says that he's frustrated. I fucking die each time.
And he gets even more frustrated.
Dude, I got
the
so
more you laugh at him.
Dude, I'm so frustrated about this. Excerpt. Yeah.
Excerpt.
Say it again.
I say excerpt.
Excerpt. Yep.
Excerpt. That's how I say it.
Why aren't you saying
exert.
The P sound?
You gotta exert.
There has to be a soft P at the end.
Because the P is silent.
Dina's over here. She's trying to exert. She loves to eat dessert.
It's an excerpt.
Say ek.
Ek?
It sounds like you're saying dessert.
Say ek.
Well, no, I just need to know like if I'm just drunk or like I say this word exert.
Is exert like a custard?
There's a P in. Yeah, I love my exert.
The P is silent for real.
I whip up the exert.
Okay, hold on.
Exert. The P is silent.
Say
exert.
ek. Say go. Yeah, how many do you ready?
Ek.
Say ek. Serped.
Serped.
Yes. So say it like that. Excerpt.
Exert.
Exert.
No, the
I
P
wear my
is
I wear my
real.
exert suit. Give me some
I
sugar
wear,
and
like,
water.
It's a literary excerpt.
So this French guy seems to think it's excerpt.
Okay. He says exert.
He says excerpt.
Excerpt.
But I've always said
there's a P in there. Excerpt. There's a P in there. I wear my excerpt suit.
Take it from our resident history teacher.
French? No, wait. Did you say something about French don't say the P or?
Yeah, and the French guy who was telling me how to say it said the P is silent. So maybe it's a French thing.
Honestly, you can't trust.
Okay, so here's the deal. My great mame only spoke French. I'm sorry.
What's a mame?
I love that artist, mame. I love it when two guys get on the mat and they're practicing a mame.
Is that what you? Is that what your little dude calls you? He's like, "Mame, mame, come help me."
While he does Brazilian jiu-jitsu.
A little bit of the mame fighting.
A little bit of mame.
Mame fighting. That was underrated.
Thank you.
So she only spoke French, and I've got a lot of family that speaks French. So maybe that's where I'm getting that pronunciation from.
It could be, but I feel like that's actually
from Mame. Yeah,
I feel like that's
it's probably
sort of bullshit, right? Like,
but yeah, it's definitely just me being dumb. Exert. I'm not going to change, but
it's just the letters.
I hope you never change.
Never change, Dina.
A P is silent.
I
in the
find
name
you likable.
John.
Like
Jeff
Davis.
Like Jeff.
Good old
like
Jeff
Davis. I had
good old President Jeff Davis.
Our former conversation. The 13th colony. It was 13 colonies, right? Am I stupid? Okay.
No, there were. That's
yes.
Got it.
Did Mame tell you that?
Yeah, great, Mame.
I heard you.
Right,
you know what's so great about this, Dina? You have such a good memory.
Memory.
You know what I just thought of? Memory gland. But then I also thought of a mammogram.
Memory.
The sign for mammogram is so violent. It's okay. Anyway,
isn't that how women describe it?
Isn't that like starting and stopping like a movie reel? Like,
no, this versus this.
Oh, okay.
All right. So, before we get out of here, I swear to God, I know how we end our show. Before we get out of here, we just
you were busting my balls for maybe not knowing it earlier, right?
You weren't fucking following any of the prompts, and I had to leave this fucking show.
What are you talking about? I was reading the thing.
Replay the whole episode.
You're doing so well, you guys.
Thank you
You're doing
so much.
so well.
You guys can call us anytime, and I promise we won't answer the phone, but you can leave a voicemail, or you can text us, and one of us, me or Sean, will answer you if you text at 347-69-WEIRD. That's 347-699-3473. And Rance, where can the folks find you?
They can find me. I'm in a new place now because I'm not really using the Twitter anymore because I've just abandoned it. Like, fuck it. What are friends anyway, right?
Non-existent. They make you pay for your own birthday lunch.
God, it's so confusing and upsetting. You can find me at www.eliasfaust.com, which is my website where there's literally like 4 words on it. And you can also find me on Instagram at His Ragged Company, all one word. Don't put any spaces in there. That sucks.
And I promise that like we are in the background in our group chat telling Rance how Instagram works. So like,
oh my God, all the time.
Yep.
Guys, can I tell you a thing that it happened like 2 weeks ago? Because I've never Instagram before. A mammogram also sounds like mommy Instagram, right? Like it's like
doesn't it? Oh my God, thank you for having the same mind map as me. Thank you.
The mammogram.
It's a mammogram.
A mammogram. I like David. He was a really controversial playwright, right? David.
Fuck is David?
I thought we were talking about Mark Daniel.
I'm thinking
just Daniel.
Who the fuck is David?
So at some point I saw someone's story, right?
Ew, David.
Oh, David.
Ew. Oh.
Warmest.
I love her.
Best wishes and warmest regards. I saw a story. And I liked the story. And then I responded to the story on Instagram.
Oh, I remember this.
And it sends a fucking message to the person. So I look like a real ass creeper. I'm trying to just like I'm like, oh, this is a cool thing. Like I legitimately dig this thing. I was like, what a cool picture. It sends a fucking message to him. I've never talked to this person before. I was like, it was their book cover. It was really cool. So I sent it, and then I responded and I was like, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to like slide into your DMs. I just wanted to compliment your picture I saw in your story, and it was fucking cool. Like it's a cool cover, but I'm an idiot and don't know how Instagram works. There should be a clear thing.
Did you really follow up?
Yeah, I did. I was like, I'm so sorry. Please, like, I'm freaking out and
just ignore me.
Ignore me. And she responded back and was like, haha, it's okay. And I was like, the minute she used a haha, I knew I was fucked. Like, there's no way this person is ever trusting me ever again.
Haha.
Yeah,
all
no.
lowercase
You violated
letters.
her safe space.
Fucking hate it so much. Somebody should have just said, like, idiot. If you send a message and it's all welcoming, it's like, send a response here. And I'm like,
yeah,
I'm going to do it.
I feel that. Actually, I did. Can I tell you? I didn't tell you guys this when you were going through your crisis, but back when I was working at Rural King, actually, and I had like added a couple random. I had been there for like a week. I had added a couple random coworkers on Facebook, and you know when when you add somebody on Facebook and it's like send them a message or whatever, and it like prompts you. I didn't quite understand that new feature at the time. And I was talking to this other like cashier and we were like looking at this guy's profile and like, oh, is he cute? Blah, 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 blah. And I accidentally like randomly sent this guy a thumbs up. Yeah, just like that giant blue thumb.
Here's Dina just coming through with.
She approves. She approves, dude.
God. I immediately I messaged him and I was like, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to send that.
Did your butthole just like clench up inside itself? And you're like, I'm fucking terrible. Like, just delete me from the earth.
It did. And I was like, I'm so sorry. I did not mean to send that. I was just trying to delete that notification. And he just responded with a regular emoji thumbs up.
I knew it was gonna be that. The little yellow hand. The cartoon thumbs up that you just stare at. It's like a mirror that says, I'm fucking the worst.
Yeah. Anyway, you guys can find me on Threads at Ginosaurus DMIW, or you can find me on X at Ginosaurus D. That's D like douche nuts. That was so sad being all alone. Rance, you were supposed to do that with him.
I'm sorry. I got really excited. I was laughing at it because the way his mouth looked on the inside of his hands made me laugh.
It looked like a butthole, didn't it?
It did.
I was trying to cover my bottom teeth with my tongue.
You were trying to pull a Mark Daniels?
Yeah.
Sean,
when you're
where
nothing
can the folks
but
find
rim.
you?
You're just
You can find
rim.
me on x.com at Chase Holdu.
Here's the thing, like rim doesn't mean that's not right. That's not it.
Oh my god. Hey, you guys
anyway,
should buy
Sean, what are you
Rance's
having
book.
for dinner?
It's called His Ragged.
What
am I having for dinner?
His
I wanted to make some soup, but I don't know if I'm going
Everybody
to.
just paused, so love that.
Yeah,
Oh
your
my
internet
God,
is
can you
crapping
guys
out
hear
on
me?
you.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes. You're
Okay.
slowly
Okay.
slipping into nothingness.
Ah.
Everyone should buy His Ragged Company, A Testimony of Elias Faust by Rance D. Denton. It's available on Amazon and wherever you buy books. Go to eliasfaust.com. Thank you so much, Rance D. Denton,
Got you
for
back.
joining us on
I
the
love you
show.
guys. I love you guys so much.
You totally missed
say?
it.
Dina,
I
you're
already said it,
so
yeah.
far back right now. I love you guys so much. I love the show. I love both of you. I even love Daniel a little bit.
Love you too.
Yeah. Even
and-
after
Yeah,
everything?
Even after everything, you know, I felt like a little bit. I felt a little violated. But like, you know, it's.
He's well-intentioned.
As a white man in this world, I have to just.
Would you like a soapbox? Really quick, would you like your white man soapbox?
You know what? I'm not going to be Daniel. I don't need one. I don't need one. I got nothing to say that's going to add any value to anything.
Beautiful, then I guess.
forgot to tell y'all. I did fake freckles because we didn't do our Halloween episode this year, and I was gonna dress as
That's
the
your
clown
costume?
from Big Comfy Couch. Yeah.
Oh, big comfy couch. Is that what Taylor sits on when she's like summoning the will of the devil?
That's what she does before she takes her teeth out for Travis.
Well, the action.
All right, you guys, thanks so much for watching. Thank you for listening. Jazz hands. Don't Make It Weird with Daniel Quigley, Dinosaurus, and Sean Holden. Produced and edited by me, Sean Holden. Theme song by Amaria. The song you're hearing right now is written and performed by Anthony LaFauci. You can rate and review this show on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Good Pods, and wherever else you download your podcasts. Got a question for Daniel or Dina? Call the Don't Make It Weird hotline at 347-69-WEIRD. That's 347-699-3473. Leave us a message. It could be featured on a future episode. If you haven't already, please subscribe to Don't Make It Weird on YouTube for the video presentation or on your favorite podcast app for the audio-only version of the show. We'd also like to give a huge shout out to our amazing Patreon supporters. Your support means the world to us. Shannon Bright, Matthew S., Rance Denton, Stephen Howard, Levi Burzloff-Lutt, AC Alabaster, RM Hamrick, and Chris. If you'd like to join our Patreon and get access to exclusive content for just $1 a month, head over to patreon.com/DMIW. Thank you so much for listening, and we love you.
Don't make it weird. Was that okay?